Parasols look dreamy in Pinterest photos, soft, romantic, almost regal. But in tropical weddings, they might just be one of the most impractical and disruptive trends brides keep copying without thinking. Because what looks like aesthetic perfection online can quickly turn into logistical chaos under real heat, humidity, and unpredictable weather. Welcome back to my channel Beyond the Aisle, where I talk about all things marriage, love, relationships, and weddings. If you are new here, I would like you to take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you are always the first to know when a new video drops on the channel. Now let's get into it. I would like you to watch this video with me for a few seconds. If you watched closely, you would see some middle-aged people, elderly ones, feeling out of place under the heat and scorching sun, holding onto their parasols like their lives depend on them. Sadly, not everyone in the video is holding one. They have to make do with what they have to shield themselves from the sun. I mean, why punish your guests just because you're trying to copy a trend that will end up making your wedding look cheap and leave your guests murmuring? Like I said earlier, some wedding trends look cool, but not all wedding trends should be copied, especially this one. People who live in the tropics have no business holding an outdoor wedding. Anything can happen that will ruin a wedding. Intense sunlight, high humidity, sudden rainfall, wind unpredictability, and parasols, while they are pretty, weren't designed with these conditions in mind. There are so many reasons why this trend needs to end in some places, particularly in Nigeria. One, most wedding parasols are made for aesthetic, not function. They often provide minimal sun protection, meaning guests will still sweat, squint, and struggle. They also create visual clutter and ruin your photos. Brides imagine, in their minds that parasols at their weddings will look coordinated, ethereal, give them this garden look. But what often happens is that pictures come out and you end up with mismatched angles, guests holding them differently, blocked faces in group shots. Instead of elegance, you get visual chaos in your wedding album. They also interfere with movement and comfort. Your guests, rather than enjoying the ceremony, are busy juggling their phones, juggling their small bags, their drinks, and their outfits. They are trying to hold their outfits and trying not to ruin them. With a parasol, it becomes an extra burden, especially during walking down the aisle, greeting the couple, dancing, or mingling. Then there is the instant embarrassment of the wind, tropical environments, it can quickly shift. A slight wind can quickly flip parasols inside out, sending them flying and turning a classy setup into a distracting spectacle. And yes, it will happen at the worst possible moment when you don't even expect it. Ironically, parasols can downgrade the visual luxury of your wedding if not done properly. Low quality materials, inconsistent colors, or mass produced designs can also clash with an otherwise premium aesthetic. And so instead of high society elegance, it reads first trend following. Parasols don't solve the real problem, which is heat, exhaustion, dehydration, and poor ventilation. So while it looks like you've provided shade, guests are still silently uncomfortable. Then add logistics and costs without real value. And after all that, most guests abandon them halfway through the event. Now, that's money spent on something that delivers very little impact. A smart couple should think comfort and elegance for their guests. Get a hall or even a canopy if you can't afford a hall. The cooling system must be top notch. If it's a hall, it should be air conditioned, and if it's under a canopy, then fans must be placed, strategically around the canopy. You can also be thoughtful enough to opt for an evening wedding when the sun won't be scorching. Make your guests speak highly of your wedding instead of, making them regret that they attended, because if your guests are sweating, struggling, and juggling accessories, then no matter how pretty your wedding looks, the experience has already been ruined. Join me in my next video.